alemin padişahı.
He's spitting in Turkish. The guy said it's not Turkish. This part of the song is not Turkish. Brother, this is Sami Yusuf. Hasbirabi. He is not Turkish, but he travels all around the world, the Islamic world, and sings in their language. I do find it really funny that like most in my chat are like, nah, dude, that's not Turkish actually. F you. In English too. Yes, I'm wearing my Dan flashes. Let me tell you something, folks. This is part of the broadcast where I tell you a little bit about my personal news about what's. I have no control over my bodily functions, and I certainly have no control over my urges, my desires. I am a hedonist. I believe that life is too short. So we should, maximize pleasure. And there's perhaps nothing more pleasurable than shirtless workout under the sun. Here, let's look at this psychotic lady, though. This witch lady bought, a land next to a public creek and is now trying to cut off access to the public creek.
Not only is the government trying to take land that I bought fair and square, but they're trying to force me to share it with the public. Paying taxes doesn't mean that they have to acknowledge that the land is privately owned. Not only is the government trying to take land that I bought fair and square, but they're trying to force me to share it with the public. We're going to talk all about litigation and why I'm currently being sued by all three of my county commissioners. Unbeknownst to me, my backyard has been used by the public for about 35 years. You really like it that way. So when I came in and started swinging around my private property rights, that didn't go too well. The public started complaining, rumors of harassment emerged, even harassment against kids. Like, come on, Karen.
Wait, come on, Karen. You're the one who's being a Karen. I don't understand. What? Bro, people just say things nowadays. It's like, what do you mean? You're literally trying to enforce private property rights over a creek that everybody wants to use. It's so funny she thinks she's in the right. Yeah.
Among a few other things. We're going to talk all about...
Dying at this song as I sit in nature's calming church and listen to the slow babble of Bear Creek.
I don't want to talk about things we've gone through.
I reflect on the advertised words, Bear Creek running through your backyard, and think of the number of times my home in this land was sold to others before me. I wonder why something so beautiful was always sold in the winter, and why Jefferson County never tried to claim it until now. The American dream is like taking over, public areas that other people are utilizing and just like stopping them from utilizing that. Enclosures, That's right. I will bet $100 that she claims that she has native ancestry, okay? And she got a 23andMe done, and it was like, 3% something indigenous.
Nothing more to say.
I climbed my way up from the very bottom of a large corporation and worked 2 jobs so I could afford community college before transferring to university. I bought this house and land all on my own. It's my greatest pride. Sacrifices I made along the way feel minor compared to the sacrifices I'm having to make now. Wait, what? Fighting back is so much more than saying no. Thank you for fighting beside me. Who the is fighting beside her? Turns out her property ends at the creek, not, own the creek. For 35 years of public access, Bear Creek in Kittredge through a plot of land next to a community park. A woman cut off the creek access, claiming the land is hers.
A peaceful community comes to mind when visiting the quaint mountain town of Kittredge.
My next door neighbor quite literally brought me a pie.
A busy park, especially during Canyon Fest, a bubbling creek, and friendly people like Jimmy Dixon.
It's that type of community that people really look out for each other, and neighbors are really close.
Well, for anyone who's ever bought a house, you know that you know when you know.
For a time, new neighbor Terilyn Romero was welcomed. Last year, she bought her dream home with a backyard creek right next to the town's beloved park.
It was going to be my private backyard.
Yeah, yo, this chick thinks she's Nestle, bro. You can't do that. Unless you're Nestle.
backyard. Had no reason to believe what I know now, which is that the public was using my land as an extension of the park.
To most members in this community, this park is the heart of Kittredge.
For 35 years, people had access to the creek. But Romero
fish
sent
in
us
this creek
old
all the
maps
time. I'm
and
gonna moon
surveys
her.
she says proved the creek.
Lol, healthcare industry. She works at Evernorth, a subsidiary of Cigna. Terilyn Romero isn't a developer. She isn't some rich outsider. She's a native Coloradan who works in the healthcare industry. Oh, yeah, she works at Cigna. Nice. Cigna my nuts. You know what I mean? When she bought the disputed property in 2021, she says she just wanted a nice place to live, enjoy nature, and build a new life.
Access area is her land.
When I first started exercising private property rights, it was really just about liability. I had some basic signs up to let them know that they were on.
She had a GoFundMe that raised almost $14K. God. Every day we are getting closer and closer to eternal damnation, if not worse.
On private land.
The crowds became too much, she says, with trash, human feces, and digging. She and her fiancé started telling people to leave.
I'm just saying, like, we can't have barbecue and fire out there, man. Not, sir. It is private property. You have a wonderful day.
What type of response did you experience from the community?
An aggressive one.
Cannot wait to see you.
Suddenly, Romero cut off creek access. That prompted threats and made her feel like the most hated neighbor, she says.
I feel
Oh, she's crying.
really angry because I tried to do
Saint Akia, thank you for the 10 give this subs.
the right thing. When I moved in, I realized that my land meant a lot to the community and to my neighbors. I tried really, really hard to compromise and to share and to be reasonable.
Jefferson County filed a lawsuit against Romero, seeking adverse possession of the land. The county hopes a judge will declare the creek access area part of the park, citing the fact it's been used by the public for 35 years. Romero is fighting the lawsuit as neighbors pick sides.
I think it's too far at this point to try to rebuild a lot of the animosity between neighbors around it.
Back to Jimmy Dixon. He moderates a Kittredge Facebook page that's turned ugly.
Some of my neighbors that I really respected, I've seen a new side to them, and it's just been frustrating to watch.
I knew you guys were fabulous, but you're also a freaking force.
Romero has
I hate that. You love to be creative and your attorneys need to know how and be willing to protect you. Bad mama grandma. Oh, God, I hate this world. Why does she have defenders? Why are there people who are like, yeah, hell yeah, keep fighting the good fight, sister? What is happening? Like, this is like a low-level villain, you know what I mean? You're basically a low-level villain. You're shutting off access from children that want to go to a creek and like experience a little bit of public land. Like I don't get it. I don't understand how people don't immediately go, that's really up. Like, how do you empathize with that person and not with like the other people that just want to go to the creek with their kids and experience nature? I don't get that. I don't even fucking like nature. You know what I mean?